started out.
Hey everybody, welcome to Black Coffee Gardener. So my sister has been asking me to write down my recipe for cornbread stuffing for a few months now. I've never written the recipe down. It's always been something in my head. So when I tried to write it down, it didn't work. So I says, you know what, why not just do a YouTube video? That way not only she can get the recipe, but you guys can get the recipe as well. And this is everything you need. The equivalent of a small red bell pepper, green bell pepper, the equivalent of a small onion, a celery stalk, 2 boxes of this stuff. I'm using coconut milk because I don't have any regular milk, nor would I ever have regular milk. So anyhow, but whatever milk you're using, you're going to use a 1/3 cup of that. 2 eggs, a 1/2 stick of butter, and your smoked turkey. Right quick, I'm using smoked turkey. You can use smoked pork if you want to, but I got good old smoked drumsticks. And what I would normally do is put extra meat in my greens, and that would be the meat that I would use for this recipe. For the sake of the recipe, I already boiled the meat down earlier and chopped it up. You just want to get it to the meat, to the, however you decide to cook it. You want to get it to the point where you can shred it, where it's like falling off of the bone. Alright, first thing you want to do is chop up all your vegetables. So the next thing little tip, if you have cut onions sitting around and they're bothering your eyes, put a damp paper towel over them. That'll just create a barrier between you and the gases that the onion is giving off and keep you from tearing up. Alright, next we're going to heat some oil in a pan and we're going to saute these vegetables. I'm just waiting on the oil to heat. In the meantime, I'm emptying the Jiffy into the bowl because the temperature is almost up to 400. Not yet. See, and I did this the easy way. We use the box stuff. It's the easiest way that I can tell you to make this. As in, I was talking to my sister right then, but I'm talking to y'all too. Hey, Rita. Alright, let me change this camera angle so you can see what I'm doing now. Alright, so we're just going to saute these vegetables on medium. My heat is on medium. Boom. We're going to hit that with a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And I got some fresh thyme out of the garden. If you have dry thyme, fine. If not, I'm also going to put some sage and some fennel in here. So a little bit of sage. And a little bit more. Give it that nice holiday scent you're you're looking for. And a little bit of fennel. Just putting a little bit more oil just because I want these vegetables to stay moist. Now, at this point, if you want to get creative and put apples in there, you would do that now. Raisins, sliced almonds, anything like that. I am not. And that can just sit there and chill out. In the meantime, 2 eggs. Melt butter. And like I said, I'm using coconut milk. I do not recommend it because it definitely changes the flavor of the originality in this. But I don't drink whole milk. And half melted, half soft is fine. Everybody's singing. And just mix this up. Now, the cornbread itself, I'm going to put just a little bit of sage in as well. And that's that. And finish mixing all that in. Alright, then what you want to do is take that and put it in your pan. Put it in a half pan. And a matter of fact, I'm going to spray this. If you have a little Pam, spray it with a little Pam. If not, don't worry about it because you're going to actually cook the stuffing in this same half pan. I'm not, but you'll see what I'm going to do. All right, 10 minutes later, we take the cornbread out. It should not be done. It should be at the halfway mark, halfway done. And this one is just that way. Let me see if I can get you, it's not too hot. If you can see how on the edges, it's cooked. It's still runny in the middle. All right, so I'm going to put everything into here. All of your meat. And all of your veggies. They should be nice and soft. Not mushy. But the texture should have definitely softened. There. And that's as simple as it gets. Put this into the oven for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how hard and how crumbly you want it to be, how much of that cornbread texture or dressing texture you want to have. But I'm going to get just a little fancy and cook mine in a bundt. Just because a little bit of drippage. Get that. Now, if you decide to do it this way, it's just a nice presentation for the table. And then people can just cut their own portion of cornbread stuffing. And then you get your cornbread and your stuffing all in one situation. Anyhow, same case scenario. In the oven, 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, we're going to take this out. See what it's looking like. It's a little on the light skin side for me. But this is what it looks like. Now, if you cooked it in a flat pan, what you'll want to do is just, in a half pan, is just take a fork and just crumble some of it up a little bit and see if it's the consistency that you want. If it's still wet and you want a crumblier or drier consistency, then put it back in the oven. Like this one, like I said, I know this one isn't as dry almost as you would want it in the middle, so I'm gonna put it back in for like another 5 minutes or so, and then I'll come back. All right, it's been 5 minutes, and I know I need 2 hands with this heavy thing. I keep trying it. All right. A little more golden on the top, the way I'd like. Once again, if you baked yours in the half pan and you had to put yours back in the oven, same thing. Just break it up a little bit with a fork. All right, it's finished baking. I've let it cool for a little while. I'm just going to go around with a knife in some areas where I see it sticking a little bit. And then, beautiful. Voila. Now, the thing I like about this method, like I said, is it looks good on the table. Of course you could dress it up with, put some cranberries around it or whatever the case may be. I'm not doing that. This was just a video to show you how it's done. And there you go. You have individual slices of cornbread stuffing. Voila. This is so good. Do not skip the sage. You gotta make sure you put the sage in there. And thank you all for watching. Rita, I hope your stuffing comes out delicious. Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching Black Coffee Gardener Chef Edition. I'll see y'all in the next video.